Bonjour, French 1 students. Here is your teaching video for Lesson 4B from pages 60 through 63 in your textbook. S'il vous plaît, ouvrez vos livres à la page 60. Please follow along in your textbook. Leçon 4, Video scène B, le jour et la date. 1. Quel jour est-ce? For many people, the days of the week are not all alike. Dialogue 1. Vendredi. Quel jour est-ce? C'est vendredi. Super. Demain, c'est samedi. Dialogue 2. Mercredi. Ça va? Pas très bien. Pourquoi? Aujourd'hui, c'est mercredi. Et alors? Demain, c'est jeudi, le jour de l'examen. Zut, c'est vrai. Au revoir, Marc. Au revoir, Nathalie. À demain. So, working through the translation of this, which again you should be doing at the same time as I'm doing. The title here is The Day and the Date. And right here, what day is it? So dialogue 1 takes place on vendredi, which is Friday. Philippe starts by asking, what day is it? Stephanie answers, it's Friday. Super. Tomorrow it's Saturday. Don't we all feel like that? Dialogue 2. Mercredi, which means it's taking place on Wednesday. How are you? Not very good. Why? Today, it's Wednesday. And so, tomorrow, it's Thursday, the day of the test. Darn, that's right. Goodbye, Mark. Goodbye, Natalie. See you tomorrow. So, the yellow box, again, remember, before you take your quiz over Lesson 4, you will need to know the meaning and spelling of everything in the yellow boxes throughout Lesson 4. This one is about talking about the days of the week. So we have how to talk about the days of the week. We have the quel jour est and aujourd'hui c'est, right? So this is how we say today it's, and demain c'est, that's how we say tomorrow it's, okay? How to tell people when you will see them again, à samedi, à demain. So we just use an à in front of and then the day of the week that we would see them again. And then we have le jour de la semaine, the days of the week, lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche, aujourd'hui, and demain. So, s'il vous plaît, répétez quel jour est, quel jour est, quel jour est, aujourd'hui c'est mercredi, demain, c'est jeudi. Demain, c'est jeudi. À samedi. À samedi. À demain. À demain. Les jours de la semaine. Les jours de la semaine. Lundi, lundi, mardi, mardi, mercredi, mercredi, jeudi, jeudi, vendredi, vendredi, samedi, samedi, dimanche, dimanche, aujourd'hui, aujourd'hui, demain, demain. So how would we say see you on Monday? Monday, that would be à lundi. Okay, so to say whatever day you're to see someone on, it's à and then that day. S'il vous plaît, répétez quel jour est? Quel jour est? À lundi, lundi, mardi, mardi, mercredi, mercredi, jeudi, jeudi, vendredi, vendredi, samedi, samedi, dimanche, dimanche, aujourd'hui, aujourd'hui, demain, demain. So we're going to take a look at exercice 2, un jour de retard, 1 day behind. George has trouble keeping track of the date. He is always 1 day behind. Monique corrects him. So look at our example. We have samedi. So we're going to say aujourd'hui, c'est samedi. No, aujourd'hui, c'est dimanche. So first we're asking today, is it, and then the prompt that they give us. And then we're going to say no, today it's, and we're going to say it's the next day of the week. So what part of the question that the boy is saying in the picture stays the same every time? Hopefully you answered aujourd'hui c'est. And this is going to be whatever is right here. What part of what the girl says or the answer is the same every time? Hopefully you said no, aujourd'hui c'est. And this is going to be the next day of the week, right? So again, we have lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche, and then it would be lundi again, right? And so forth. So, I'd like you to say both the question and the answer for each of these, and then you'll hear me confirm whether or not you've done it correctly. So, numéro 1, lundi. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi? No. Aujourd'hui, c'est mardi. 2, mardi. Aujourd'hui, c'est mardi? No. Aujourd'hui, c'est mercredi. 3, jeudi. Aujourd'hui, c'est jeudi? No. Aujourd'hui, c'est vendredi. 4, vendredi. Aujourd'hui, c'est vendredi? No. Aujourd'hui, c'est samedi. 5, dimanche. Aujourd'hui, c'est dimanche? No. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi. 6, mercredi. Aujourd'hui, c'est mercredi? No. Aujourd'hui, c'est jeudi. All right, let's take a look at exercice 3, au revoir. You are on the phone with the following friends. Say goodbye and tell them when you will see them. So we have the prompt Christine and Lundi. So we're going to say au revoir Christine à lundi. So we're saying goodbye Christine, see you Monday. So what part of this will be the same every time? Au revoir. And whatever the name is here is going to be what's here. And whatever the day is going to be what's here. So, s'il vous plaît, répétez. Au revoir. Au revoir. So, numéro 1, David dimanche. Au revoir David, à dimanche. 2. Nicolas, samedi. Au revoir Nicolas, à samedi. 3. Céline, mercredi. Au revoir Céline, à mercredi. Numéro 4. Julie, vendredi. Au revoir Julie, à vendredi. 5. Thomas, mardi. Au revoir Thomas, à mardi. 6. Pierre, jeudi. Au revoir Pierre, à jeudi. One of the things to notice, and I don't have it in this picture, but when you look at the calendar that's in part of exercise 3, what day is listed as the first day of the week? Notice it's lundi. In a French calendar, okay, it goes lundi, mardi, mercredi, okay, and the last one is dimanche. This is different than how we do our calendar, right? In our calendar, we have Sunday, Monday, so forth, and the last column is Saturday. A French calendar is going to start with Monday and go to Sunday. So be careful if on a test or quiz you are answering a question and it asks you to look at a calendar, because you need to kind of carefully look at it and see, is the calendar a French calendar and it's starting with the first column being Monday, lundi, or is it an English or American calendar where the first column is Sunday or dimanche? So do be careful with that. All right, we have another little dialogue here. So, de anniversaire. Francois and Isabelle are on their way to Natalie's birthday party. As they are talking, Francois wants to know when Isabelle's birthday is. C'est quand ton anniversaire? C'est le 18 mars. Le 18 mars? Pas possible. Si, pourquoi? C'est aussi mon anniversaire. Quelle coïncidence. So working through the translation of this, right, anniversaire is birthday. So Francois starts by asking, when is your birthday? So really, literally translating this, it says, it's when your birthday. Okay, but this is going to be how you're going to ask, when is your birthday? It's the 18th of March. The 18th of March? That's not possible. Yes, it is. Why? It's also my birthday. What a coincidence. So apparently they didn't know that they had the same birthday. So how do you talk about the date in French, and how do you talk about birthdays? So we see the question about to ask what the date is. It's quelle est la date? And if it was October 12th, our answer would be c'est le 12 octobre. If it's June 1st, c'est le 1er juin. How to talk about birthdays? When is your birthday? The question you're going to use is c'est quand ton anniversaire? And to answer that, you'll start with mon anniversaire est le, and then you'll fill in the number. Notice it's our number first, and then our month. So le 2 mars. Well, to be able to talk about your birthday then, you have to know the months of the year. So les mois de l'année, we have janvier, février, mars, avril, mai, juin, juillet, août, septembre, octobre, novembre, décembre. So one of the things that I will probably start to do tomorrow is put the date in Google Classroom in French instead of being in English. So, s'il vous plaît, répétez quelle est la date. Quelle est la date? Quelle est la date? C'est le 12 octobre. C'est le 12 octobre. C'est le 1er juin. C'est le 1er juin. C'est quand ton anniversaire? C'est quand ton anniversaire? C'est quand ton anniversaire? Mon anniversaire est le 2 mars. Mon anniversaire est le 2 mars. Mon anniversaire est le 2 mars. Les mois de l'année. Les mois de l'année. Les mois de l'année. Janvier. Janvier. Février. Février. Mars. Mars. Avril. Avril. Mai. Mai. Juin. Juin. Juillet. Juillet. Août. Août. Septembre. Septembre. Octobre. Octobre. Novembre. Novembre. Décembre. Décembre. S'il vous plaît de me dire quelle est la date? C'est le. C'est quand ton anniversaire? Mon anniversaire est le janvier, février, mars, avril, mai, juin, juillet, août, septembre, octobre, novembre, décembre. So the green box on the next page talks a little bit more specifically about how the French write their dates. To express a date in French, the pattern is le, number, and then the month. Okay? So if we want to say it's the 11th of November, it's le 11 novembre. If we want to say it's the 20th of May, we're going to say le 20 mai. So you use the numbers here. Now notice there is an exception. The first of the month is premier. So for 1, we won't use the number. We'll use the word premier. Now you might have heard premiere before. With respect to movies, they often talk about a movie premiere. That's the first showing of the movie. So premiere is the word for first. In front of numbers, the French use le and never an L apostrophe. So just because the number starts with a vowel, you don't do an L apostrophe here. It's always le 11 or le 8. Note that when dates are abbreviated in French, the day always comes first. So 2-8 is not February 8th, it's the 2nd of August, le 2 août. 1-11 is not January 11th, it's the 1st of November. And you need to be very, very careful when you're doing assignments on tests and quizzes and out of your textbook and your workbook, because they are always going to give the date this way. So it will always be, okay, the day of the month and then the month of the year. So this is the day of the month. And then this is your month of the year. So again, if, for example, today was September 15th, right, the date would be le 15 septembre. Okay. And if I wanted to abbreviate that, I would abbreviate it 15/9. So, again, you should see that I will start to change the date on in Google Classroom. I'll change the date that I write on the board. And you might actually have already wondered why the date for French 2 was written differently than the way your date was written. And that was because I was already writing it the French way. So we're going to practice doing this in exercise 5. Quelle est la date? Ask what the date is. So I'm going to ask you that question, quelle est la date? And I'm going to ask you to answer these out loud. So for example, our example one, right, we have the 12 septembre. So we're going to say, c'est le 12 septembre. The c'est and the le are going to be there every single time. S'il vous plaît, répétez, c'est le. C'est le. C'est le. Obviously here, you still need to know your numbers. So, numéro 1. Quelle est la date? C'est le 30 juin. 2. Quelle est la date? C'est le 8 mai. 3. Quelle est la date? C'est le 4 mars. 4. Quelle est la date? C'est le 21 novembre. 5. Quelle est la date? C'est le 1er avril. 6. Quelle est la date? C'est le 25 août. 6. Date important. Give the following dates in French. So our example is Noel, which is Christmas, 25/12. Now remember, again, this is the French way. So this is the day of the month. This is the month of the year. So this is going to be c'est le 25 décembre. So this is going to be a speaking one again. The c'est le is going to stay the same every time. So numéro 1, le jour de l'an. Un. C'est le 1er janvier. 2. La fête de Martin Luther King. 15 ans. C'est le 15 janvier. 3. La Saint-Valentin. 14/2. C'est le 14 février. Numéro 4. La Saint-Patrick. 17/3. C'est le 17 mars. Numéro 5. La fête nationale américaine. 4/7. C'est le 4 juillet. 6. La fête nationale française. 14/7. C'est le 14 juillet. 7. La fête de Christophe Colomb. 12/10. C'est le 12 octobre. So, taking a look at what your homework is. Homework 15 is on page 63, exercise 6. This is the one that we just did out loud. Now you're going to write this out. Remember, the c'est le is in every answer. So, for example, for number 1, you would write c'est le. I want you to practice writing out the words for the numbers so that you get more practice spelling them. 1er janvier. So you're going to write out like that for the 7 of these. Au revoir. À demain.